In the ever-evolving landscape of popular music, few artists have maintained such a commanding presence as Madonna. From her early days as a New York club dancer to her status as a global icon, she has consistently redefined what it means to be a pop star. More than just a singer, Madonna emerged as a cultural force, a boundary pusher whose influence spans music, fashion, film, and social discourse. Her career is a masterclass in artistic reinvention, business acumen, and unapologetic self-expression. Early years. From Michigan to Manhattan, Madonna Louise Ciccone was born on August 16, 1958, in Bay City, Michigan, into a conservative Catholic family. Her mother's death from breast cancer when Madonna was just 5 years old left a profound emotional mark. Raised with 6 siblings, she found solace in dance, studying ballet and performing in school productions. At 15, she began training seriously in modern dance under Christopher Flynn, a mentor who exposed her to European art cinema, classical music, and the burgeoning New York avant-garde scene. His encouragement gave her the courage to leave home. In 1978, at 19, she boarded a bus to New York City with $35 in her pocket and a dream of becoming a professional dancer. Her early years in Manhattan were marked by struggle. She lived in squats, worked odd jobs, and danced in clubs and backup ensembles. A brief stint with the Pearl Lang Dance Company ended. When she realized her ambitions extended beyond the stage, she began experimenting with music, forming bands and playing drums and guitar while developing her vocal style. The birth of a pop icon. The early 1980s saw Madonna embracing the downtown club scene, where she honed her image and sound. Her self-titled debut album, Madonna 1983, introduced her as a fresh voice in dance pop. Hits like Holiday and Lucky Star showcased her knack for catchy melodies and rhythmic innovation. Critics initially dismissed her as a flash-in-the-pan dance diva, but she had bigger plans. Like a Virgin 1984 catapulted her to superstardom. The title track, with its provocative lyrics and iconic wedding dress music video, established her as a master of image manipulation. She deliberately played with religious symbolism and sexual ambiguity, sparking both adoration and outrage. This ability to generate conversation became a hallmark of her career. Throughout the 1980s, she released a string of landmark albums. True Blue 1986, featuring Papa Don't Preach and Open Your Heart, solidified her songwriting chops. Who's That Girl 1987 soundtrack and tour demonstrated her crossover appeal. Like a Prayer 1989, with its controversial Like a Prayer video, pushed boundaries of religious and racial discourse in mainstream pop. Artistic expansion and cultural impact. The 1990s marked Madonna's most ambitious period of reinvention. Erotica 1992 and the accompanying sex book challenged societal norms around female sexuality. While Bedtime Stories in 1994 saw her embracing R&B and hip-hop influences, she proved her acting range in films like Desperately Seeking Susan 1985 and Evita 1996, for which she won a Golden Globe. Her directorial debut, Filth and Wisdom 2008, showcased her continued interest in storytelling beyond music. Meanwhile, her live performances became legendary. The Blonde Ambition World Tour 1990 blended high fashion, religious imagery, and groundbreaking choreography, influencing concert production for decades. The Confessions Tour 2006 and Sticky and Sweet Tour 2008-09 proved she could still pack stadiums with innovative stagecraft, business savvy, and brand building. Madonna was among the first pop stars to fully grasp the power of branding. In 1992, she co-founded Maverick, a multimedia entertainment company encompassing music, film, and publishing. This move gave her unprecedented control over her creative output and financial destiny. She expanded into fashion with her Material Girl clothing line 2010, named after her 1984 hit. Her collaborations with designers like Jean-Paul Gaultier and Dolce & Gabbana cemented her status as a fashion icon. Even her fitness regimen inspired the hard candy fitness chain 2010. Her business acumen extended to digital media. Early adoption of online platforms allowed her to connect directly with fans, bypassing traditional media gatekeepers. Her 2019 Grammy performance at 60 demonstrated that she remained culturally relevant across generations. Personal life and philanthropy. Madonna's personal life has been as dynamic as her career. She married actor Sean Penn in 1985. Their turbulent union ended in divorce in 1989. In 2000, she married director Guy Ritchie, with whom she had son Rocco. They divorced in 2008. She also adopted children from Malawi, demonstrating her commitment to global humanitarian causes. Her philanthropic efforts focus on raising Malawi, founding schools and health centers in the African nation, HIV/AIDS awareness, supporting research and education since the 1980s, women's rights, advocating for gender equality and reproductive health, arts education, funding programs for underprivileged youth. Despite criticism for her methods, her charitable work has impacted thousands worldwide. Enduring influence and legacy. As of 2024, Madonna remains one of the most successful recording artists in history. Over 300 million records sold worldwide, 12 +1 hits and 8 top 10 singles. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2008. Guinness World Records holder for highest grossing solo touring artist. Her cultural impact extends beyond music. Fashion revolution, popularizing street style, corsets, and religious iconography in mainstream fashion. Performance art, transforming concert tours into multimedia spectacles. Feminist discourse, challenging norms around female sexuality and agency. Business model, inspiring artists to take control of their brands and intellectual property. Critics have often accused her of calculated provocation, but her defenders argue she merely reflected and amplified the conversations already happening in society. Whether through her music videos, live shows, or public statements, she consistently forced audiences to reconsider their assumptions about gender, religion, and power. Why Madonna matters. Madonna's significance lies in her ability to stay relevant across 4 decades of rapidly changing culture. Unlike many pop stars, she never became a nostalgia act. Instead, she continually evolved while maintaining her core identity. Key elements of her success. Fearless reinvention, each album and tour presented a new artistic persona. Control of narrative, she dictated her image rather than letting media define her. Musical innovation, blending pop, dance, R&B, and electronic genres. Visual storytelling, pioneering the music video as art form. Business acumen, building an empire beyond music. Her influence can be seen in countless contemporary artists, from Lady Gaga and Rihanna to Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish, all of whom have borrowed from her playbook of self-creation and brand management. Conclusion. The eternal chameleon. At over 65 years old, Madonna continues to perform, record, and provoke. Her story is one of relentless self-determination. From a Michigan girl with ballet dreams to a global mogul who redefined celebrity itself. More than just a musician, she became a cultural archetype. The woman who refused to be pigeonholed, who turned criticism into fuel, and who proved that female artists could control their destinies in a male-dominated industry. Her legacy is not merely in her chart-topping hits, but in the way she empowered generations of women to embrace their ambition, sexuality, and creative vision. Madonna's career teaches us that true longevity in entertainment requires 1. Courage to challenge norms and take risks. 2. Adaptability to evolve with changing times. 3. Vision to see beyond current trends. 4. Resilience to withstand criticism and reinvent after setbacks. 5. Ownership to control one's creative and financial destiny. As the music industry continues to transform, Madonna's blueprint for artistic and commercial success remains as relevant as ever. A testament to the power of self-belief and a testament to the power of self-belief and the unrelenting pursuit of one's vision. Why Madonna's story resonates today. In an era of fleeting viral fame and algorithm-driven trends, Madonna's career stands as a counterpoint, proof that sustained relevance comes not from chasing popularity, but from staying true to one's artistic compass while embracing evolution. Her journey offers universal lessons. Authenticity is static. She demonstrated that reinvention doesn't mean betraying your core, rather. It's about letting that core grow and express itself in new ways. Control is power. By founding Maverick and later navigating digital platforms independently, she showed artists how to retain ownership of their work. A blueprint now followed by countless musicians. Controversy can be a catalyst. Where others shied away from backlash, Madonna used it to amplify her message, proving that cultural impact often requires stepping outside comfort zones. Age is not a limitation. At 60 plus, she headlined stadium tours and released genre-defying music, challenging industry biases about women's longevity in entertainment. Art and activism can coexist. From HIV AIDS advocacy in the 1980s to empowering girls in Malawi, she proved that celebrity can be a force for systemic change. The Madonna Effect, a legacy that lives on. Madonna's influence permeates contemporary culture in ways both obvious and subtle. In music, her fusion of dance, pop, and electronic elements laid the groundwork for artists like The Weeknd, Dua Lipa, and Charlux. In fashion, designers still reference her iconic looks, from the Jean Paul Gaultier cone bra to her 2020 street style reinvention. In performance, modern concert tours, from Taylor Swift's Eras tour to Beyonce's Renaissance, ode to her pioneering stagecraft and narrative-driven productions. In business, her model of artist as entrepreneur inspired figures like Rihanna, Fenty, and Jay-Z Rock Nation to build empires beyond their primary craft. In social discourse, she normalized conversations about female desire, religious iconography in pop culture, and the intersection of art and activism. Final reflections. More than a pop star, Madonna's story isn't just about chart numbers or headline-grabbing moments. It's about the courage to walk into unknown territory from Michigan to Manhattan with $35. Fail publicly and try again. The mixed reception to American life didn't stop her next reinvention. Own her mistakes and grow. Her public reflections on motherhood and career trade-offs resonate with working parents worldwide. Stay curious. Her exploration of Kabbalah, yoga, and electronic music in her 50s and 60s defies expectations of settling down. Her legacy is ultimately about freedom, the freedom to change, to provoke, to own one's narrative, and to refuse being defined by others. Whether through a provocative music video, a record-breaking tour, or a philanthropic initiative, she has consistently reminded the world that art is not a destination but a journey. Conclusion: the blueprint for enduring relevance. As Madonna continues to create and perform, her career serves as a masterclass in longevity. She teaches us that 1. Reinvention requires roots. Her core themes, identity, desire, spirituality, and resilience remain constant even as her sound and image evolve. 2. Scarcity breeds creativity. Early struggles in New York forced her to innovate, a mindset she maintained even at the height of fame. 3. Vulnerability is strength. From the raw emotion of Like a Prayer to the introspection of Nadamex, she has shown that true connection comes from sharing one's imperfections. For culture needs disruptors. Her willingness to challenge taboos, religious, sexual, political, pushed society to confront its own contradictions. 5. The artist owns the future. By controlling her brand, she ensured her work would endure beyond fleeting trends. Today, Madonna stands not just as a pop icon, but as a cultural architect. A woman who redefined what it means to be an artist, a businesswoman, and a changemaker. Her story is a reminder that greatness isn't about perfection, but about the relentless pursuit of one's truth. As new generations discover her music and her methods, her influence will continue to ripple through time. A testament to what happens when talent meets tenacity And when art meets audacity,